is 8 long years.
For some people. It's only been like 2 years for me. But 2 years is way too long of a wait when I got like a new Call of Duty every 5 weeks, you know? Team Jerry has been cooking in the background. No deadlines. No corporate overlord looming overhead.
Silksong isn't real. Silksong isn't real. Silksong isn't real. It's all AI and boobity boobity.
All for a sequel to one of my favorite Metroidvanias. Symphony of the Night. You play as Alucard, who plans to stop Dracula from resurrecting for the 80th billionth time by going through his cool-ass looking castle. Good evening, everyone. This is your host, Jess, and without a doubt, I am in awe of the detail in Silksong. Hollow Knight is a pretty game, mind you, but with Silksong, I am basking in the light of Jesus, Silksong Christ. Sorry, not light. I meant bells. All 5,250,345 bells. Sometimes I have the need to bask in the bells and backgrounds. Oh, and the music, the soundtrack of the game is absolutely beautiful. They're like the white noise Gregorian chants I listen to while I sleep. Each track is just beautifully crafted, and I am just addicted to this. Is that silk I see? You see, this is a secret, because there is silk in Silksong.
Secret! Secret! Secret!
My good lord, there are so many secret rooms. As a testament to the effort Team Cherry has put into the environment, I swing at every single wall in every room I enter now. Think about it. Most games, I would not put this amount of effort into looking for actually, that's a lie. I put a lot of effort into looking for things. But in a lot of games, I would not swing at this many walls. I gave up on swinging every wall in Dark Souls. In this game, just when I think I stop swinging at walls, they bring me back in. Nice try, Silksong, but I know all the secrets of the music now. Your song has been sung. Damn squatters living in my walls. And they're asking me for money. Well, I gotta go stab people for financial currency. Now, the difficulty. Initially, when I was hearing about the game, all I heard was like, you know, the difficulty is stupid. I hate it. Well, alright, the game is fucking hard. But then you realize you aren't playing Hollow Knight. You're playing Hollow Knight Silksong 2. I can Silksong now, let's go. Enemies and bosses can deal 2 damage instead of 1, effectively cutting your HP in half most of the time. Your immunity frames between hits are shorter, and you can get some bullshit like this. Buddy, get over here. Ow! You do 2 damage even though you're not. In Silksong, you're faster, you heal for more, and in the air too, mind you, and you have an average Texan's gun cabinet in your back pocket. You're about to fall into attack, boom. I'm floating. Don't want to do the work. Go, my goons! You know what? You even hate that you don't have the Hollow Knight down slash. Boom! You just could get the Hollow Knight down slash. You don't even have to play with the original down slash. Actually, it's not that hard to hit this parkour section. If bosses only did 1 damage, I think Hornet would have outran a lot of them. And you know, that's not very nice of Hornet. So the referee decided to put a grenade in Hornet's back pocket to give the enemies a fair chance. I feel like an issue the team was probably running into is how do you make this feel more like a sequel and less of a Hollow Knight 2? I think at the start it feels very bullshit, but learning what you have under your belt, it feels just bullshit. I can, sad buddy. All right, we're gonna be here a second. And I'm gonna be honest, I really feel the difficulty has frustrating moments, but overall is very well crafted. You utilize your arsenal to overcome a bullshit boss and are like, man, I can't wait to screw over the next boss with my Soviet AK-47.
It sells for 3 cents on the Steam marketplace.
The boss fights are phenomenal as always. With the difficulty being scaled up, I'm worried about the bosses being too overclocked. But they find the right balance of challenging, but still stabbable. While the enemies do more damage, I feel like I'm still able to overcome them. There are only 2 issues I have with the difficulty: conveying 2 damage attacks and walking into enemies. Walking into an enemy can also deal 2 damage, which I feel like doesn't make much sense. You already have a short immunity frame time before you get murdered in another 2 seconds, so it feels quite punishing. Second is the conveying damage. You have some big enemies, and their size makes sense to hurt more. Where smaller enemies do 1 damage, or there are smaller attacks that do 1 damage. My issue is the in-between. This guy shoots out the goop, but the goop is so tiny that it feels like it would do 1 damage. Yeah, I know it's lava and you can use the lava bell for it, but in the heat of the moment, it is difficult to discern. Then there is the delayed 2 damage. Like, just do the 2 damage instantly. Like, I don't understand why you just wanted to hold me for like another like second or 2. Fuck you. Overall, those aren't deal breakers because once you know, you can shoot them with your Silksong gun. And then you're like, man, I love my second Silk Amendment rights. I just beat them with my trademark Silksong gun. Maggot water sucks massive dick though. Though with the difficulty, Silksong also runs into the Dark Souls problem. So let me help you. So what you're gonna run is this. Now, if you think that isn't proper way to play, then let me give you another one. You equip the 1-hit charm and you kill them all in 1 hit. This is a very rare charm to find, so look out for that one. You wanna know where it is? I didn't know, play the fucking game, you asshole. But you know what's really rare? Money. Specifically loot from bosses and large encounters. There's not just 1 currency, but in fact a second currency right next door to the original. One for shops, rosaries, and the other for tool usage, shards. At the start of the game, I wasn't hurting for rosaries or shards. There were upgrades I could buy, but I was like, I'll come back to them later down the line, it's fine. Now we cut to later. The game doesn't feed you many rosaries, but I never felt like I needed to worry about getting more a lot of the time. Mainly because I didn't feel required to purchase every single tool. I just bought them a bit later after exploring and was like, oh, you know, give them a big thumbs up after going back to the build I like using. I do find it annoying that encounters that use regular enemies don't drop any of both currencies, but even with that, I never felt like I was asking for spare change. I've seen a lot of conversation about rosaries being lacking compared to Geo, but that really ain't a problem here. You judged too quickly before the real problem popped up. Now, shards, on the other hand, are shit. They run to the age-old problem of not scaling. You don't really get any boss or encounter shards as a reward. If you use your tools, they cost shards. So if you have a really shitty time, oh no, sorry kiddo, you're out of luck. Go farm those enemies that drop 3 shards an hour. You gotta use the shard bundles you found, but by mid-game, those, how may I say, those are gone. Now you have to purchase them with rosaries. They want me to purchase shards? No. I've been running the shard charm throughout the whole game, and I am rewarded with pennies worth of shards. That's even further into the game too. They don't scale up the reward of shards like rosaries do, and it's quite annoying. Shards being a currency isn't a problem, it's the fact that you burn through a lot of them, but can't get a lot of them in return. So with that, I do feel like this was an oversight. You just don't get a reward after the boss, so it's like, damn. Well, it looks like you have to farm anyways for tools, bitch. There are tools like Flea Soup that don't consume shards, but a lot of them do, which is rather unfortunate. After getting put on shard stamps, I realized I was living in a dystopia. In Hollow Knight, you are in the apocalypse. You run into a crock of shit, and you really are just picking up the pieces of a forgotten world. The events in the game feel very disconnected from the player for most of the game. Silksong is a dystopia that's just one mistake away from becoming the apocalypse. More characters are alive, even just regular NPCs, and you can just see a world where people are still living their lives just on the brink of collapse. All it takes is that one little support to go under, and everyone suffers. I wish bad things upon this guy, but the game feels much more concentrated on Hornet rather than feeling like a stranger in a faraway land.
Father, it was you the whole time.
It was me, the Pale King, the whole time! It was all part of my master plan to revive the Radiance from Hollow Knight. The Radiance completes me. We all need the Radiance to survive. Also, I don't have to pay your child support when they are around because, well,
You know how much your mother wanted for child support? Completely unreasonable. I'm a monarch and a god, but she wanted about 100 geo a month. Like, in this economy, I ain't made of money.
Not if I have anything to say about it, and I do. Pablo, Hornet, Silksong, Secret Lover. It is me, Pablo. I love you, Hornet. I am pregnant. Together, we can beat the Pale King.
oh no, my one weakness, love. Lisa, I mean Radiance, no, I can't, no, I'm dying.
Wow, I can't believe we did it, Pablo. And nothing bad happened. Shit, I have to still play Act 3.